If I'd ever known I was going to move to Japan, I don't know if I ever would have gotten any tattoos.
Nascarr.
My name is Jayla Vix. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I live in Kyoto, Japan.
My name is Abhijan Bright. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, and I also live in Kyoto, Japan.
My name is Ayana. I'm from New York State, and I'm currently living in Osaka.
My name is Misty, and I am from Toronto, Canada, and I live in Osaka, Japan.
I work as a musician in Kyoto.
I'm looking for work as a teacher.
Right now, I do many things. I do social media work, managing, and moderating.
Well, I do what many people in Japan do. I teach English, but I also co-own and co-run a record store, and I DJ.
My first tattoo was the god of Full Metal Alchemist. I got it because at the time I was going through a religious shift in my life, and watching that show, it resembled the resemblance of God to me. Someone who was with no shape, with no form, but whatever you decided to be. And to me, that was the importance of this one.
My first tattoo was kind of spur of the moment. I got it on my birthday about 3 years ago, and it's of my name in katakana with a lotus flower at the base.
My very first tattoo was the tattoo on my back. It's my cat, and it has like some design on it to represent the meaning of my name, which is beautiful flower, and my favorite number 8. So it was like a chandelier under the cat. It was really hard for me to figure out what kind of tattoo I wanted and what I wanted permanently on my skin. I want to have something symbolic, but like not that deep. And so I just decided, okay, flower, cat, diamonds, like chandeliers, line work. That sounds cool. Why don't I do that?
My first tattoo was this guy right here, this laurel tattoo. I got it for my 18th birthday. It's so kind of cheesy to say now, but when I was 18, I was really involved in the punk, mod, and skinhead subculture in Toronto. And goes without saying, anti-racist skinheads, original skinheads who are really into ska and reggae music. So a big symbol of that is the Fred Perry laurel. Fred Perry clothing is still really popular within the mod and skinhead subcultures.
My favorite tattoo, it used to be the Akuin Aka, but after I learned that it's more of a Chinese saying, my favorite became the Tom and Jerry tattoo on the spaceship.
Well, I only have 2. So I would say the lotus flower is my favorite one because I think my tattoo artist did a really good job in making the lines super thick. So I feel like as I get older, it'll still look good.
So on my arm is another flower, but I just got it because it looked pretty. There was like a flash tattoo campaign going on at this place called Boobies in Osaka.
I would say it's a toss-up between I love my tattoo sleeve of vintage Valentine's cards and lots of kind of music and love themes on here and some candy. Either this or I also have stocking seam tattoos down the backs of my legs. And I love that too.
I mean, I might get like a Japanese theme. There's like this one tattoo artist that I see on Instagram, but that artist is in China, so I probably would never go there. But it was like a block, but it's not lines, and it has like the sun, the Japanese sun, and like geisha or something very Japanesey. And like I like that kind of style, but I don't think if anybody else can't do that, I don't think I'll get a Japanese style tattoo.
Okay, yes, I do. I have one, or 2 rather. I have Hello Kitty riding a Vespa and Pochako riding a Vespa. And I got those when I was 18. And I, again, back to being into the mod subculture, loving Vespa scooters. And I've always loved Hello Kitty and Sanrio characters. And so I'm like, oh, this would be a cute tattoo. And I was living with my tattoo artist at the time. So 15 minutes later, we were tattooing it.
I did get rejected from Asento. My boss took us on a trip to Mie, and before we went in, she said, cover up that tattoo. And I said, it's gonna be okay, I can cover it up once we get inside, and I'll tell the people at the front desk I'm gonna cover it up. And they saw it and they said, no, even if you cover it up, this is a family onsen, you're not going to be able to come in. And I was sitting there looking dumbfounded. My boss was sitting there like, well, what do you expect? And that was my first and mainly only time I've been rejected due to my tattoos.
Okay, I didn't have a negative experience, but when I went in, I noticed there were many old women in the Sento, and they were all like kind of looking at my back, trying to figure out like what it was saying, because I could see them in the mirror, but I think they didn't know I was looking at them. Yeah, so they're definitely curious as to the tattoos. Yeah.
I have gone, yes, with it, and no, because no one can see it.
There was one thing that I was concerned about for this summer, because I really wanted to go swimming. Like Jay knows that, because I go swimming every summer. But when I go on the Google Maps and look for public pools and different things like that, I always see reviews of people talking about like they might not take people with tattoos or different things like that because they associate it with those who've been to prison. And so a lot of these pools are like kind of a commute away. I would hate to go all the way out there just to be turned away. Yeah, so that's like one experience I kind of avoided this summer, and I got some advice from a friend to go to lakes instead.
I would say the biggest difficulty that I've had is not being able to go to very many onsens, and that's one of my favorite things about Japan is onsens, which are hot springs, and I love just like soaking in hot springs and bathing, but unfortunately most don't allow tattoos at all. I've only been to one proper onsen, and there were signs all over saying no tattoos, but it was open 24 hours and it was really late at night when I went, so I just kind of kept completely covered up until I got past the front desk and got into the actual onsen. And then there were a few times the staff would come through and I would just like go under the water like up to my neck, so you know, nothing to see here. And thankfully there was only maybe one other person at the onsen, and they didn't seem too troubled by my tattoos, so they didn't complain, and I was able to use it.
This whole sleeve, and as I mentioned, the curse mark, it's a small one. It almost is a symbol of how far I come. I would like it to cover my neck, to start being more visible there, and more so alongside this body half, and to fill this up more here, 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 for me.
Oh, I just want to continue to fill up my back because I don't really want to put it anywhere else because of job opportunities. So I feel like the safest place is back there.
Yes, I do. I always wanted more, but I just was like, I'll slow down. After I got this one, I'll slow down. And then like 2 years later, I was like, okay, I want more tattoos. And this year, I plan to get 2 more. So one I think on this, I like this side. So I want to get like a flower or some type of design that connects from like here to like here. And then another one to fill this arm. And I kind of want to fix these triangles. Just, I want to keep the design, but like make it straighter.
At the moment, I don't have any set plans for more tattoos, as in I don't know what I would want to get next. But I am sure I will get more tattoos. I would be very surprised if I don't.
Most of the time, looking at tattoos I want to get, I like it, and then I have to think, how will it come out on my skin too? As most of them, as you say, have the white skin or yellowish tan skin, none. And I'm kind of tan yellow too, so it's not too big of a difference, but it's still, the skin they posted on is lighter, and when I look at it, it makes me think, will it come out, like especially this red ink, when I first was thinking of getting it, I was like, how will that come out on my black skin?
But I sometimes also try to look for tattoo artists that who say they are diverse or they have diversity in their clients. And recently saw one tattoo artist in Korea, I think, has a few darker skin, but not like my complexion. It's just more like between, I think lighter than you too. Just like a little bit lighter. It's like, okay, they have darker complexions, but not my complexion.
When I did start getting tattooed, especially wanting really colorful tattoos, I love old school style tattoos, Sailor Jerry style, and so my second tattoos after my laurel were actually these swallows, and it was really important to me that they were really bright and vibrant. Now I recognize I do have very light skin privilege as a black woman, but it was very important to me that I could find an artist who was comfortable and amazing at doing bright tattoos on darker skin. So the artist that I sought out, he is tanned skin as well. We have very similar complexions, and going through his portfolio, he's done colorful tattoos on every skin color imaginable, so I felt really, really safe in his hands. My main artist in Toronto, Andreas from TCB Tattoos, I'm regularly checking out his Instagram and his shop's Instagram because I love seeing what they're up to and what they've been working on. I find in most cases, most of the times when I do see black people and darker skinned people with tattoos, it does tend to be a lot of black work. But, I wish I could remember the name of the artist, but I have seen some artists who have done incredible colorful work on dark skin, and it just blows the myth out of the water that dark skin cannot have colorful tattoos. That is a lie.
In my vision board, I have a tattoo that's a blacked out tattoo, and it's more like that Japanese traditional where the tattoo is more of a tattoo and what is not tattooed, like the skin, the little part that's still left is the design. And because of that, I want one of those.
I probably would never get one, like maybe like a small band or something, like kind of bracelet-esque. But I would definitely want to see pictures of those for myself, because I've never seen it in person.
Like, I guess if it's like a sleeve, or if it's like if it's not your whole arm, and if it's like a band, a thick band, then sure. But if it's like your whole arm or your whole leg, like I'm like, why? It's just odd to me.
Personally, it's not my thing. I don't love the look of it, for me. But you know, if it makes somebody happy, that's their prerogative.
We don't have couples tattoos. We don't have couples tattoos. We never talked about getting couples tattoos.
We usually do things that are non-permanent, like couple shirts and couple jewelry, but probably never couple tattoos.
Honestly, I don't think she'd get mine, but her name is a part of Africa. I mess with Africa heavy, I support Africa heavy, so getting her name would be dope. I think your name is a river, right?
It's a city.
It's a city?
In the Côte d'Ivoire.
If I go, I like the city, I say, all right, I was recommended by my wife. Somehow, some way, and I get it in Arabic, quite possibly.
Oh.
I mean, I don't consider any of these a relationship tattoo. It's just that we got it together. So I'm polyamorous and I have 2 partners and we all got tattoos together, but it wasn't like matching. Yeah, we just got them at the same. We decided what tattoos we wanted and we just got at the same time, and that's it. But probably not. And it's not like anything like, oh, we might break up. It's just more so like, I just want to make sure you get the tattoo you want. Like, this has a meaning with my partners, and it's significant. So if anything did happen, it's still a significant, like, good memory. So I'm okay with that. But I'm not trying to get, like, matching tattoos, especially if, like, they want something else and I want something else.
You know, maybe. That's actually a possibility. Now, my partner, he does have some tattoos as well, which is cool as a Japanese guy that he has some tattoos. And I wouldn't rule out the possibility. Again, I don't have any plans to do that, but, you know, in the future, I could see us potentially getting, like, a matching tattoo. I've got a buddy tattoo with my best friend in Toronto. Well, now she's in Melbourne. And yeah, maybe I would do that with my husband, too.
So you guys, thank you very much. All right, cool. Yeah, thank you. That's good. That's what my question.
Thank you for having me.
Sweet. All right, that's good. That's a wrap for that.
Yay!